How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions. My name's Eddie. So glad to have you guys back, and these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. Hey guys, today's subject is the spiritual malady. I want to talk about this because I feel like I just had so I'm going through these classes, right? And these classes are a DUI program that I needed to get done a long time ago. It just never happened because of the turmoil in the life that I had been living up until now, right? I say this stuff to be open and honest with my viewers, because I feel as though, like, as when you're honest and you tell the truth about where you are and where you're at, it gets, not only it frees you, but you touch other people, right? And a lot of the times people, especially when they're living in that type of lifestyle still, or if they want to do better, it's inspiring, you know? And I feel like that is the best way to get to the heart of a matter and to other people. I'll say this, man. Everyone in every walk of life is going through the spiritual malady. So what does a malady mean? Malady is a disease or an ailment. So it's the disease of your spirit, right? And when you ask yourself, well, what does that mean? So if you think about it, I'll put it like this, you guys. Your spirit is like the connector to source, the connector to God, right? So we're away from God right now, right? So we're here on planet Earth. That's 143 on the clock, which God loves you. I love you. 143, right? So you might be getting angel numbers. So listen to your angels numbers has been a huge thing. It keeps coming up to me. So I don't normally like interjecting, but that's what's coming up for me. So it may be coming up for you as well. Listen to your messages in whatever form they're coming in. I'll say this, guys. Everyone on planet Earth is going through a disease of the spirit, because we are away from God at this point in life, right? So whether you believe in God or not, there is something bigger and grander. If you're on my channel, you have to have some form of belief in something grander than yourself, right? So the reason why I say that is because I'm vibrating at a certain frequency, right? Everything's energy at the end of the day. So what I'm putting out to the universe, I know, because I'm going through it. You have to be going through it, or you're looking to get there and go through it soon. So that's a good place to be at, you guys. I'm telling you, if you're on this channel, you're in a good place, because you're getting a projection or an idea as to what you got to do next. So I feel like, man, my life has changed completely and utterly the moment that I started to fix the ailment of my spirit. Now, I always say that there's three platforms in which we have to start making abrupt and immediate change. If we want to change mind shifts, it coincides with the body, right? We have to actually act. And everything derives from the spirit, because you're connected. So when you connect spiritually, you're connecting to source, right? So I always say this, man, if we're disconnected from God, or we're disconnected from the universe, however you want to call God, we have many names, but if you're disconnected from God, that means that you're not at the source. There's a distortion within that process, right? So already, without knowing anything else, we know that we're distorted. That goes without saying. So I'll say this, you guys, check this out. If you want to change, true change, it begins with your spirit. And how do you do that? You have to get honest and authentic with yourself. First and foremost, you have to be able to come to a place where you're honest with yourself. And you guys, you know, the thing is when I learned about this subject, most people aren't able to see themselves clearly. This goes without saying. I couldn't see myself clearly either. I definitely couldn't see myself clearly when I was in the midst of my own addictions, right? And it's not just addictions, you guys. Life is a mundane process. This is a hard place to be at. We're learning hard lessons. The earth experience is no easy trip, right? We turn 18 and then we have to start taking on our life by the horns, right? Our parents expect us to be bigger and better. And, you know, the thing is like, it's difficult, man. Life is tough. And especially if you have to leave your household at a certain age, it gets to a place where like it's difficult. And if you weren't taught in a certain way, which most of us aren't because our parents weren't taught that way. So it's like at the end of the day, you start to realize that like you can't even blame your parents, man, because they've been going through the same processes as their parents before them. So we just keep passing this lineage on down over and over, generation after generation. So if you find yourself on this channel, you're being called. You're being called to do something bigger and grander. You know, you need to you don't need to, but you get to a place where you're breaking generational curses, right? You get to look at your life in a way and evaluate it and say, you know what, this is where I'm dropping the ball, right? I'm drinking too much, or I treat my spouse terribly. I am chauvinistic. I'm angry all the time. I don't know why I'm angry. See, like when you start asking yourself questions like that, that changes your life, because then it starts making you think about things, right? Most of the things that we don't want to think about, we shove away or we don't want to talk about. We get angry and aggressive. I always say that we act like little children when we get called out, right? That happens because we're trying to save our ego. Ego and pride are ego, pride, resentment. Those things will kill your spirit faster than anything else. And it's like at the end of the day, people are okay living within the sickness of having ailments of the spirit, and that's only going to get you so far in life, right? You're never going to truly connect with someone. You're never going to really have love in your life because those connections are only surface level, right? They're not in depth, or they don't have a true connection to it. I know that I had, the time period before, it was a miserable experience because I didn't love myself. I didn't have love for myself. I didn't want to get better. And what that led to is wanting to hurt myself, and that's a serious subject. That will happen eventually for people out there, right? Or what's the point in being here on planet Earth and not having a spiritual experience? Or you're already having it, you're learning lessons, but why not get better and develop yourself, right? There's no reason to go on Earth and live here for 80 years, if we're lucky, and do the same things over and over and over again. I feel like that's a travesty, And I used to think about my situation like, dang, man, it took me 33 years to stop doing what I was doing. But that's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is it took me 33 years to figure it out, but I figured it out, right? And I say the biggest thing is like, once you change, a whole new life begins to happen. Life has substance. You become free. You stop thinking about what people think about you so much, right? It doesn't all go away overnight, but this process will help us, you guys. And you probably ask yourself, well, where do I start at? I'll say this, you guys. So for me, man, so everyone on planet Earth, you're going to have your own path. For me, it was drugs and alcohol that brought me down, right? All the way down to a bottom level. I didn't have anything else, and I had to get better. It had to get that way for me. The crazy thing is, though, you guys, is that like if you just listened to the information and applied it, you would be in a place that's better. You may not have a tragic story like mine. But that's how I had to learn this lesson, right? Some of us have to learn it easily, right? We get it. We have a drink and we don't want it anymore because it makes us feel bad, right? I didn't learn that way. And, no matter where you're at, everything might be okay. You might have the job, you might have the wealth, you might on a surface level feel okay, but somewhere deep down inside, you're still not connecting with people. You're still treating people in a way that's not good, or you may have habits that are expressing what's in your inner spirit. Now, how do you get an evaluation of where you're at? Well, I always say this, you guys. You have to look at. You can't solve the problem with the same mind that made the problem, right? So if I'm sitting here looking in the mirror and saying, Eddie, how can I fix me being an alcoholic? Oh, I can do that. I haven't been able to do that for 33 years. How is that going to change? It's not going to. So the way that it changes is I have to go find a program. I got to go find people, someone who's figured out how and what to fix, how to fix my problem, right? So whatever you're going through in life, right? I always say this, man, whatever mental health issue you're going through, whatever, let's say that you have a disease, whether that be alcoholism, an eating habit that you don't particularly enjoy. You're saying bad things to yourself and others. Homicidal thoughts, suicidal, depending on wherever you're at in life. And it might not be as drastic as that. You might be going through anxiety and stress, right? Go get the help that you need. If you've been calling to go do it, man. That's what's going to help you. And we could keep putting it off, right? Like, man, what are my family going to think? What if others are going to think of me? Who cares? At the end of the day, when you get better, you'll start living a life of substance. And that's what I try to say. I try to say with ease and regularity with what goes on in my life to help and aid another person, to motivate you you guys, it's possible and probable. I took my story took me all the way to the depths of hell, man. I almost died. I did. I got brought back, you guys. And I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be able to teach you guys. I'm blessed to be able to be honest with you, honest with myself. And hopefully you guys get something out of this, man. I love you guys, man. I love you very much. And if you're on my channel, you're on your way. And yeah, you guys, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, guys.